Are you sitting down? Because what I'm about to tell you could completely change how you look at the future of the Iraqi Dinar, IQD, and Vietnamese Dong VND. For months now, there have been non-stop rumors about redemption centers, rate changes, and whether big banks like Bank of America are actually gearing up for something major. Well, today we're cutting through the noise and digging into what's really happening. And trust me, you're going to want to hear this all the way through. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and stay with me. Because what's unfolding right now in the currency world is unlike anything we've seen before. Let us kick things off with what's capturing everyone's attention: Bank of America's latest internal moves and quiet system upgrades. Recently, these behind-the-scenes updates have sparked real buzz among currency holders. A lot of people believe Bank of America could be getting ready for a wave of major foreign currency redemptions, especially for those holding dinar or dong. Now, banks rarely comment on this kind of thing publicly, but what's happening in the background is hard to miss. Insiders have spotted changes like staff training sessions, system upgrades, and new foreign exchange tools being rolled out. And when big institutions start investing in this kind of prep work, it usually means something significant is coming. Whether you're a small-time investor or holding larger amounts, this could be the kind of moment that changes everything. Now, let's talk about redemption centers, the topic that has been stirring up so much curiosity and debate. Are they real? According to a number of credible sources in the exchange community, the answer appears to be yes. But these aren't your average walk-in bank branches. They're specialized facilities designed to handle large-scale currency redemptions, sometimes offering private or contract rates you won't find elsewhere. For a long time, people brushed off the idea as pure rumor, but steady reports suggest these centers have been operating quietly in select locations. They aren't public for a reason. They're meant for specific verified transactions, not general banking customers. So why do some still claim redemption centers don't exist? It mainly comes down to secrecy and restricted access. These facilities work under tight confidentiality agreements and aren't open to just anyone. Only certain currency holders, usually those who've been verified or pre-registered, get invited to exchange at special rates. That exclusivity naturally leads to skepticism, but the truth is, confidentiality is part of what keeps the process secure. We're not talking about small pocket change exchanges here. These are major financial transactions that could change lives. Because of that, privacy and limited access are essential, even if it fuels speculation. Now let's connect the dots between Bank of America and these redemption centers. Reports suggest that Bank of America might be one of the key players gearing up to handle high-volume currency exchanges. Over the last several months, they've rolled out new system upgrades, internal briefings, and staff trainings that line up with what you'd expect if a large-scale foreign exchange event was coming. Moves like these don't happen randomly. Banks don't pour time and money into upgrades without a plan. So the real question is, what exactly are they preparing for? Could it tie into potential changes in the IQD or VND exchange rates? Let's look first at the Vietnamese Dong. This currency has been gaining quiet strength thanks to Vietnam's booming economy. The country's manufacturing, exports, and foreign investment numbers have been growing steadily. Unlike hype-driven speculation, these are real economic improvements backed by solid data. And as those fundamentals rise, so does the currency's potential. While an official revaluation hasn't happened yet, many experts think it's only a matter of time before we see significant upward adjustments. For long-time VND holders, patience might soon turn into something very rewarding. Now let's move to the main event, the Iraqi Dinar. It's been at the center of global speculation for years, and for good reason. Iraq has massive natural resources, especially oil, and its economy is showing signs of stabilization. The country's banking system is improving, inflation is being managed, and trade ties are strengthening. All of these are positive signs that could eventually lead to a revaluation or rate adjustment. According to multiple sources, redemption centers might even offer contract rates for the dinar that are far above public exchange levels. So where do these contract rates come from? Many believe they trace back to international agreements made years ago to help rebuild Iraq's economy and reintroduce it into the global financial system. These agreements were intended to ensure fair value as Iraq's economy recovered, and they've reportedly been adjusted over time to reflect the country's true potential. With oil prices rising and exports increasing, it's no surprise that more people are paying attention to the dinar again. A big question many holders have is, why can't everyone access these higher rates? The short answer, these rates are part of pre-arranged financial contracts. It's often linked to government or institutional agreements. That means only certain verified participants through official redemption centers qualify for them. It's not about favoritism. It's about structured financial deals. Gosh. And that's why these centers exist and operate under such strict confidentiality. So what does this all mean for everyday investors? Bank of America and other large financial institutions truly are preparing for something major, then we could be on the edge of a major transition in global currency markets. System updates, staff training, quiet chatter about redemption centers suggests something bigger than routine foreign exchange activity. It might happen this quarter, or maybe next, but everything points toward real movement ahead. Skeptics often say that if something this big were real, it would already be on the news. But history shows us that major financial shifts usually start quietly behind closed doors. By the time the headlines catch up, the groundwork has already been laid. That's what makes this moment so important. We're seeing the build-up before the announcement. Now, a lot of people ask, when will it happen? And honestly, no one knows the exact timing. But when you look at how banks are aligning, how economies are strengthening, and how exchange systems are updating, the picture becomes clearer. Things are moving in that direction. Iraq and Vietnam's economies are growing, and both currencies appear undervalued. When their real value catches up, it could create massive opportunities for those who are ready. That's why preparation matters. If redemption centers open for higher rate exchanges, holders will need to verify their currency and provide identification. These won't be casual walk-ins. Everything will be documented under strict financial laws. Being organized and ready ahead of time could make all the difference when the time comes. Zooming out, we're witnessing a major global economic shift. Countries are reassessing currency values and rebalancing trade power. Iraq and Vietnam are both emerging as strong players with resources and growing industries. The next few years could redefine currency power around the world and those paying attention now might be the ones who benefit most. For long-term holders, this journey has taken patience and persistence. There's been plenty of noise and misinformation along the way, but right now, the signals feel stronger than ever. The combination of financial readiness, government cooperation, and economic growth is hard to ignore. Whether the change unfolds gradually or all at once, we're closer than we've ever been to something major. But let's be smart about it, because big opportunities also attract scams. Always verify your information through trusted channels. If you're ever contacted about redemption or special rates, make sure it's legitimate and follows proper verification procedures. Never give out your currency or personal details to unverified sources. Real opportunities don't require shortcuts. Now let's quickly check in on what's happening with the Vietnamese Dong. Vietnam's economy has been on fire lately. Manufacturing, exports, and foreign investment are all rising fast. The Dong has held strong against the US dollar, and investors are starting to notice. Whispers about possible rate changes are making waves, and many long-term holders believe movement is closer than ever. When we turn our focus back to the Iraqi Dinar, the story deepens even more. Iraq's oil reserves make it one of the richest countries in resources, but for years, its economy lagged behind. That's finally changing. The Central Bank of Iraq has modernized systems, stabilized exchange policies, and boosted international partnerships. Many analysts believe these steps could set the stage for the dinar to finally reflect its real economic value. And yes, there's been talk about old agreements, possibly going back to the Trump administration, designed to stabilize Iraq's economy and create fair exchange conditions. Whether that's directly tied to what's happening now isn't confirmed. But many believe those foundations are what's making this moment possible. Combined with Bank of America's quiet preparations, it's no wonder so many in the currency community are paying attention. Bank of America's potential involvement adds serious weight to the conversation. They're one of the largest and most respected financial institutions in the US. And when a bank of that scale starts preparing for currency activity, people notice. It's a major signal that something real might be brewing behind the scenes.